was that your first TV thing then?
No, my first TV, besides a non-commercial, my first TV thing was a show called My Boys on TBS.
Oh, really?
And I had 2 lines, and I fucked one of them up constantly because it was like I was playing a bartender, ironically enough. Can I get an old style? It's supposed to be at a fancy hotel. Can I get an old style? I'm like, no old style here. What do you got? We got, so the line is, we got 6-point Kraft Ale Brown sold, Old Speckled Hen, and Hefeweizen.
Jeez, that's tough.
Yeah, tongue twister, right? So I'm like, and I'm already anyone says they're not nervous, full of shit. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm still nervous every time. I'm like, oh my God, that tongue twister. But then the worst part was 6-point Kraft Ale Brownstone, Old Speckled Hen, and because I'm from Chicago, you had my accent really thinking. I was like, and a Hefeweizen. Cut, great, everybody. Crowley, it's Hefeweizen. Right, got you. 6-point Kraft Ale Brownstone, Old Speckled Hen, Hefeweizen. Cut, great. That's once again, Crowley, we're going to do it one more time. It's Hefeweizen. Go, do the same thing. Finally, the director's like, God damn it, Chicago. Get rid of the exit. It's Hefeweizen. Like, she was being nice, but like, so it's finally the last take was like, 6-point Kraft Ale Brownstone, Old Speckled Hen, Hefeweizen.
How many takes did you get?
5 for 2 lines.
Did they have an audience for that show?
No, it was a single camera, but like people like, oh, clearly,
they didn't find it funny. They were pissed.
No, they found it funny.
Okay,
but they were like, "Come on, Crowley, you got 2 lines, man."
That's amazing and scary.
But I'm like,
that's like every actor's fear.
I'm like, yeah, I have 1 line and 6-point Kraft Ale Brownstone, Old Speckled Hen, Hefeweizen. And I'm like, you bastards.
Did you know that line for the audition?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how'd you get it? If you
I did not. It was different. And they changed it on me. So then I was like, oh, man.
But they brought you back. Didn't they bring you back like a few years later?
Yeah, to play the same part. They're like, well, we brought you back because I know all of them. And they're like, they brought you back. And I'm like, oh, the other thing in that episode, there was like a guy was picking up the main girl at the bar. And he had like, after I'm like, and Hefeweizen, he's like, you won't find any old style here. Hi, I'm Charlie, whatever it is. And they cut again. And like, hey, Crowley, come here. It's really funny what you're doing, but stop doing it. I'm like, what? What am I doing? He's like, he gives that pickup line to her and she turns and you like look at him and like roll your eyes. Because I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, well, that's what I would do as a bartender.
Right.
Like, it is, but you cannot steal the scene from the main guest star.
Wait, so you mentioned you knew them. This was another thing you got through, you got the audition?
Betsy Thomas is a good friend of mine. And I auditioned to be one of the main parts on the show.
And she just cast it or something?
And I did not get it.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have that power, but she named the bar Crowley's after me. So the bar they all hung out with was Crowley's.
Wait, who is she? What is she?
Betsy Thomas. She's married to Adrian Winter. She's been
what's her role in the show though?
No, she created the show.
Gotcha. Okay.
Created the show. Created it. We never just talk to another actor. Are you crazy? No. But
so she created. She knew you.
She knew me, and she brought in my writing partner Mike Buno, who ended up booking one of the main parts and everything, and a lot of her friends. Like there was a ton of IO people on there, and like so they gave.
Gotcha.
But I was just like. They're like, and then the second time I did it, it was the same sort of thing. They're like, Crowley, you got to stop. I'm like, I got 2 lines, man. I'm going for it.
That's a great story.